Welcome to Losing Streak, a sports gambling podcast for those who just can't seem to win. My name is Bozo Bill, and I'm here with my co-host, Automatic Austin.
How's it going, everybody?
Okay, well, let's get right into it. So Caesars hooked me up yet again. They are a great sportsbook. They have a great app. It's definitely the best sports gambling app, and I'm saying that without any undue influence. We're not trying to, get their attention because we love Caesars.
Sure.
Yeah, if Caesars were to sponsor us, I would definitely take a picture of myself with like the Caesars glasses and the robe and stuff, and appear all. But anyways, yeah. So they hooked me up last night. We went to the Tao nightclub downtown in New York City, in Manhattan. I got to hang out with the Knicks, like the actual active players on the Knicks. Got to take pictures with Jalen Brunson. Who else was it? What's his name? Hartenstein. How do you say his name? Is it Hartenstein?
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah, I asked him what college he went to, and he said, I am from Germany, and that was pretty funny. I was like, well, it's a fair assumption, right, to assume that you guys played college ball somewhere. He's like, yeah, I feel that. But, yeah. He also so my first question to every Knicks player I met was, what size shoes do you wear? And only one Knicks player got, like, kind of weird about it. Who would you guess would be that?
Let me think. Is it a guard or like a center or like a big guy?
It's a guy who's gonna beat the hell out of me. Let's just put it that way. At my 6'3" height, he towered over me.
Man, I don't. Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, it was. So I come up to him. I was like, so he's got nice little like Gucci sunglasses on and everything, And I come up to him. I'm like, yo, man. What size shoes you wear? He goes, what? Like, what did you say? I was like, yo, it's cool, bro. I wear size 15s. I'm just curious, man. Those big guys got to stick there. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm just curious what size shoes you wear. He's like, oh, 16s or something. I don't even remember what he said. It was just funny that he was so offended by it or just shocked maybe. I was like the only guy that just
caught a little off guard.
Everybody else just wants pictures and autographs and talk shit. I'm just sitting here asking them about their shoes. Right. I'm just trying to get a hookup, But the Hartenstein, the funny thing from him was he was like, oh, I have very small feet. And he wears the same size as me, 15, but, he's also a 7-footer. So,
yeah, he's
his feet, size 15 doesn't make sense on him, but size 15, it still looks, size 15 are big for me. So I can't imagine 7 foot with like smaller feet. That'd be weird. Like, those dogs, like the little paws and stuff. But I'm just kidding. We like that guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
They also had, they didn't have Run, but they did have DMC there. He did like a private concert. That was pretty cool. I got to hear Tricky, and they had
half the group was it?
Yeah, just so one funny. Dude. Yeah.
Run wasn't there, just DMC.
Yeah, and he brought that up multiple times.
Yeah, he's like, again, just me, DMC.
And he even set up on the wall like DMC.
They crossed out Run.
They also had 2 custom like NBA Jam, like old school arcade games.
Ooh, I love NBA Jam. That's cool.
Yeah, and I was gonna play with this guy, man. This guy's like, oh yeah. And this dude was, I don't know what drugs he was on. This guy, he just looked like some like normal, like just dweeb dude. But man, he had like no idea what he was doing. He was like, he had the biggest smile on his face. He thought he was like killing the game, and he was losing like 40-0 when I walked over there. And it was so funny, man. That was a good time.
That's funny.
And I got to meet, I didn't meet him directly, but there was a guy who allegedly has lost $700,000 in 2 months on Caesars. And man, so he's definitely he's their number one VIP. But he,
in New York or just
among the
or among the people that were there or whatever.
Yeah, because the VIP reps were from Vegas, so I think they flew out for the weekend for these events. So when I go to the Big East tournament, my personal VIP host will come out. So I get to meet her. How do you
become I want to become one of these VIP hosts.
You should apply at one of the companies, man. I bet there's like a process.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's not that easy to get into though.
Yeah, you probably got to know somebody.
You probably have to start in like customer service or something.
I could ask somebody for you. I could make a call. No, but
I'm okay for now. Thank you though.
No, but so this guy, his girlfriend was there with him, and he didn't want the girlfriend to come meet us Like he texted the VIP host, like, "Hey, can I just meet you like somewhere else?" Because he didn't want her to find out that he's a gambler. So he secretly lost $700,000.
Yeah, like you can't keep that a secret for long, dude. That's not gonna.
Yeah,
Eventually,
I know.
she's gonna find out.
And the fact that she obviously doesn't like sports gambling or whatever, has no idea about that. She's never going to listen to this, so I don't feel bad about talking about it. But yeah, that was pretty funny. And I think, and my wife Liz, she had the guess that he's probably one of those guys that bet, like minus 50,000 on the Colts money line when they, lost to the Vikings. He's probably one of those guys that bets, $100,000 to win $10 or something. I'm sure it works for a little bit.
I could not imagine. Yeah, I could not imagine losing that much money.
Dude, even today, like the Auburn Alabama game, when we were looking at the live lines, and I was like, I bet there's someone out there betting minus 5,000 on Auburn right now, thinking it's the lock of the century when they were up 15 and then they lost.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later.
we don't like Alabama on this podcast. We know that. But anyways, yeah, so I think that's it with Knicks event. We had the crazy gambler guy. I now have friends that I can hang out with in Vegas and get hooked up with cool things, so that's cool. So yeah, shout out to Caesars. We like those guys. Yeah,
it seems like a really cool event. Did they include food and drinks as well? I don't know if you said that already.
Oh yeah, I did not, but yeah, they had nice it was all custom food. I went through and got like a selection of most of the stuff, and there was like my plate got kind of full. It's not that I necessarily was going to turn down the tofu, but my plate was kind of full, and it was like some spiced tofu thing. But the guy that was serving dude, he looked so sad when I walked by, and so I go, man, you're disappointed I didn't ask for tofu. I got everything else. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, just give me some tofu. And it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, because tofu, it just takes whatever flavor of what you add to it, Yeah, it's not tofu itself doesn't really have much of a flavor. It's just it's a food platform, like Liz likes to say. But yeah, so I think that's it with the Knicks event, man. I'm not doing anything else till the Big East tournament, but any other sports books out there?
That's literally the next week. Like you're stacked with events.
Oh, you're right. I forgot it's that close. But yeah, it's great. No. That's all I got. And I got some pictures with the Knicks, so I'll post those on my Twitter, and I'll tag them with their shoe sizes so everybody can see. If they get mad, I'll take it down. I don't think it should be a secret. I mean, they told me like immediately. But I have to say though, I'm not no shade on any of the guys, but Jalen Brunson was definitely like the chillest dude to hang out with. I'm not saying the other guys weren't, but he just it just seemed really natural to talk to him. He was cool. So
yeah, he's a humble guy. He's pretty cool. Didn't he go I'm pretty sure he went to Villanova.
I think so. And he did the reading before the golden anniversary game when the Knicks killed the Pelicans and they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of the championship. He did like the whole serious like reading of the stats and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, he did go to Villanova.
Yeah. I don't know much else about Villanova, but
I know I won money on them yesterday against Seton Hall.
They have a basketball team, I'm aware.
But yeah, I'm glad you got to do that. Sounds like a fun event. Maybe I'll get to go to one of those type of things one of these days, but I'm just not a big gambler like you, so.
Well, when I go to Vegas next time, you're welcome to hop in if you want to come too.
Yeah, I'll try. It's just I don't know if they could probably hear it on the podcast, but I got sick this week, so I've been out these last few days from work. So, I'm doing my best to try and figure out my PTO time to make vacation times and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll plan a trip, and hopefully we can do like a little mini like travel podcast event. That'd be pretty cool.
You just got to remember, live betting sucks in Vegas. It's like the worst place to do it. So
we have to thing I'm not a good live better.
I am. So I'll just go with you and we'll just buy tickets and just watch games for fun.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to sit there in those big old lounge chairs and have my drinks and
just get your drink ticket. Yeah, it's a good time. And you get to see the true degenerates that I don't get, like the printout thing, man, where they're like, look at the printout with all the odds. It's like, dude, the odds, like a lot of those have changed since you got that printout. Like, what the heck?
Right.
It's like, that is like the least. It's like, why do people just like go into another century of like technology when they enter a sports book? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we'll figure out something soon. We'll see.
Yeah, I was assuming with your voice it was one of two options. One, you were sick, or two, you were trying for a new like sex line operator voice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm definitely sick, and my voice, yeah, is a little deeper, a little sexier. But yeah, we'll
Well, I
skip
didn't go
that.
that far. I think you're trying. Okay, all right.
Well, I'm
Let's
not
go.
trying, but it's just natural, you know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, whatever. You youngins. So going on. So let's talk some content here. Let's talk some gambling.
Yes,
We're looking
sir.
at the conference. The conference tourneys have begun, as we mentioned last time, and the real ones are starting soon.
Yeah,
Don't tell
Power
myself.
Five.
Don't tell the Patriot League I said that. Or
Colgate's gonna get pissed off, and I don't know what they're gonna do.
they're gonna force me to drive to New Jersey to bet on them and then lose the game.
Right, even though they're minus 220 to win the tournament.
Yeah. All right. Which league you want to start with?
Last time before we cut the episode, we were talking about the Sun Belt Conference, so I figured I'd just get right into that one. So again, we were talking about how Marshall is the favorite to win a tournament, even though Southern Mississippi was the conference leader, and they have the fourth longest odds at plus 450. So this is definitely an interesting, and pretty much any of these tournaments that doesn't have a clear-cut winner is going to be a fun time to bet on and watch. So I really encourage you guys to, I mean, you don't have to bet on them, but at least just watch these because, I mean, this is the best time of gambling, in my opinion, of the year, is March Madness.
Marshall's in the MAC in football, right?
I don't think so. I thought they were in the...
I thought they were in the MAC for some reason. Like it's... Does Sun Belt even have football? I assume they would.
I don't know, honestly.
So I know some teams are in different conferences for...
Are
no,
they?
you're right. Marshall's in the Sun Belt, yeah. Maybe they were in the MAC before. I don't remember.
Or maybe you're just tripping and fucking me up, but it's okay. We can keep going.
Okay, they were in Conference USA before, so at least that's something different. Oh, no, they were in the MAC. Yeah, they were in the MAC from 97, 2004. Okay, when I was before your time.
Yeah, when you were like fucking 20 years old, like what?
That's when I started watching sports. They were in the MAC. I remember that. Okay.
You're like, oh yeah, from when I recall when you were 18 years old, like 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
Hey, the thought was in my mind somewhere. I don't know. I think ever since then, I've just assumed they were in the MAC and wondered why they never won it.
Well, they have a decent basketball team this year. I will say
yes.
that they are pretty fun to watch. Their offense is pretty electric, I will say.
So are we gonna let's make some picks and see who does better in the conference tourneys. Who are you picking for the Sun Belt?
Well, I don't know. This is one of the really tougher ones because the top five odds honestly feel like they could win. Marshall, Louisiana, Lafayette, James Madison, Southern Mississippi, South Alabama, even Old Dominion at plus 3,000. I feel like could make a run, but based off of offensive stats, I mean Marshall is the clear-cut winner. I mean conference play, like I said, Southern Mississippi was first, Marshall was second. I don't know. Marshall was the best away team. It's really tough. There is a metric out there that says South Alabama is when it comes to momentum, the number one team in the country. So I'll get into that a little bit later with my picks for tomorrow. But if I'm gonna go, man, I'll just take a stab at Southern Mississippi at plus 450. Why not?
Okay. Oh yeah, and that's how we'll do the contest too. You get points for the odds. So like we'll assume it's like $100 bet for each one. So that way you get like more incentive to pick, riskier teams.
Yeah, further down. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'll do South Alabama. They're plus
850.
How much? 850?
Yeah, plus 850.
Yeah, I'll take that because the thing I'm looking at says 650. So I'll take 850. That's always a gimme. I love better odds. No, it's an article too, so they moved around a little bit.
Yeah, this is.
They opened up at plus 1,000, and then they got some money because they haven't been to the tournament since like 2008. But so maybe this is their lucky year.
Yeah, well, like I said, they figured some things out. So yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later though. But we can move on to the next one. So next up, we got the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, and this one we'll have a little bit of familiarity with because Bradley's in this conference. So let me just search.
I hate
up
that guy.
these. Right.
Wait,
let me search
sorry,
up.
I'm rewinding because I didn't write it down because I'm bad. What was the odds on Southern Miss that you picked?
Plus 450.
Plus 450. Okay. All right. You were saying Bradley's your favorite to win the conference?
They're actually not the favorite, but I just thought it would be funny if I mentioned them. They're the second favorite though. They were first in conference. They just beat Drake at home by like 9 points. But yeah, Drake's the favorite at plus 135. Bradley's plus 190. Indiana State's plus 160. Belmont plus 800. Southern Illinois plus 1200. And I'm not going to go any further. But
what's this conference called again? I just had it.
The Missouri Valley.
Missouri Valley.
So right off the bat, I'm just going to let you know I'm going with Bradley at plus 190.
You going Bradley?
Yeah, they've won 10 in a row. They're 8-5 on the road, 15-1 at home. Leader in the conference standings. Give me Bradley.
Okay, I think only because I know where the Southern Illinois is. Because when I went to college at WashU, they were like in our ROTC unit or whatever. I'm gonna go for Southern Illinois. I'm gonna take them.
That's not bad value because they're third and they were only 2 games back behind Bradley, 1 game overall, and they're 8-6 on the road, 13-2 at home. So yeah, they don't have a bad record either.
What's their numbers versus Bradley?
Head to head.
No. What's Southern Illinois?
Their odds.
The plus, yeah, the odds.
Plus 1200 for Southern Illinois, and Bradley's plus 190.
Oh man, I only have to win one of these, man. At this rate,
honestly, right?
Yeah. Okay, Missouri Valley done.
Next up, Patriot League, Colgate.
You already
obviously value. Oh, the value isn't there with Colgate, so
okay.
The only value really here is Navy. So I mean, give me Navy at plus 300.
All right, I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna have to take my boys at Army, only because this is the only time I can bet on them. If I'm from here. So what was Navy at?
Plus 300.
And what was Army at?
Plus 1,000.
Dang, plus 1,000. I mean, this is how some of these college basketball tournaments go. I mean, so if I'm not saying do like me and just pick a random team, but if you've got, if you've watched a lot of these tournaments, I mean, even leave a comment, let us know, like if there's a team that you liked, especially like how they match up against other opponents. Cause sometimes, the overall record, even the conference record doesn't really say everything about some of these teams. Like if you told me to bet on West Virginia, I would slap you out of the room, man, for anything. They are so up and down. But anyways, do we want to do Big 12 or are we still doing small ones?
We're still doing small ones. I don't see odds for the Big 12. But I'll keep going with mine.
Are you doing DraftKings? Is that where you're looking at odds? Okay.
Yeah, DraftKings.
Okay.
Next is the ASUN. So this one already started. Liberty at minus 230. Kennesaw State at plus 220. Lipscomb at plus 1,500. Eastern Kentucky at plus 2,500. Again, not much value with Liberty, even though they're going to win the tournament because they have the best player in that whole conference and because they're the best team. It would not be a bad idea to do Colgate and Liberty because those are honestly the clear-cut favorites. If you took those two, parlay those at plus 108, I mean, obviously it's not the best because it's a tournament, but if you're bored, hey, go ahead. But yeah, value-wise, I'll take Kennesaw State at plus 220.
Then Kennesaw State, okay. I'll go, but I'll take the negative money. I'll just go with Liberty. So that'll
you can honestly do that. You could just parlay Colgate and Liberty and then just hedge.
Yeah. And I don't like Liberty personally as a university. They're kind of weird.
Why?
But No, they're like one of those like private colleges, aren't they? They got started all like let me see what it was. They got started by that guy that crazy old pastor guy, right?
I don't know, man.
I feel like they did. Yeah, they were founded on by Jerry Falwell. He was the guy that got caught like on the boat with some other woman. He was like some scam artist guy. And it's like one of the world's largest Christian places, but it was started by like a scam artist. It's crazy.
He got caught smoking doobies with a mistress.
I think I think Trump spoke there when he ran for president or whatever, man. Like that place is crazy, bro. You have to like go to Christian classes and stuff, but they do have a good basketball team. I will not, they scored like almost 200 points or something. Or no, sorry. That was Grand Canyon. I think, sorry. I got my weird colleges confused.
You got your Christian schools mixed up. But,
I think they both, oh yeah. Anyways, we'll
move on to the Horizon League tournament. Youngstown State's the leader at plus 165. Northern Kentucky at plus 350. Cleveland State plus 350 again. Wright State plus 600. Milwaukee plus 1,000. This tournament should actually be pretty fun too. These are really high-scoring teams. Detroit has Antoine Davis, who's I think 28 points away from breaking Pete Maravich's all-time NCAA scoring record. So they play tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to be watching that game just to see if he breaks it, because they'll probably lose that game against Youngstown State. But yeah, that should be a pretty fun game. Just value-wise, though, man, I don't know. This is a really tough tournament to pick. Youngstown State is the clear winner, but they're still plus money, so.
In the past, I would have like hopped on Milwaukee at those money, but they haven't been as good this year.
Yeah, I mean they were still pretty decent this year. Yeah, I mean value wise, I would say
plus
Milwaukee. Yeah, I'll take a stab at Milwaukee plus 1,000. Why not?
Okay, I'll let you take Milwaukee, and I'm going to take
it too.
No, I like to have stories behind my picks. Okay, I'm taking Wright State. That's the place I was supposed to go to med school there out of WashU, and then I had to go in the Army first and fulfill my commitment, and then I never went to medical school. So thank you, Wright State, for trying. You tried.
Wright State has lost me money this year. I do not like Wright State.
and the joke within Ohio for people that go there is Wright State, wrong college. I love that one.
That's funny.
All right. If we have any Wright State alums, leave us a note.
Yeah, give us a holler. Next up, we got the West Coast Conference Tournament. So these odds have already moved, which kind of upsets me. I was going to take Gonzaga at minus 115. It's at minus 135 now. St. Mary's is next at plus 115. Santa Clara at plus 3,000. BYU at plus 4,000. If you put any money on BYU, I feel bad for you. LMU plus 5,000. San Francisco plus 8,000.
Well, the good news for BYU is the tournament will be over before Sunday. Because, their teams aren't allowed to play on Sundays, right?
Really?
Because they're like, it's a Mormon church. Or Mormon church.
And they can't have Chick-fil-A. That's a bummer.
Wait, they can't have Chick-fil-A? Oh, yeah, because, well.
It's closed on Sundays.
I mean, whatever. They don't play sports and they don't eat Chick-fil-A. That's the one day of the week they get a break from both.
Exactly. They're one day off. They can't even get Chick-fil-A.
No, I mean, they eat Chick-fil-A every day. They just can't eat it on Sunday.
True.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've watched BYU lose many late-night games. I don't know. St. Mary, either St. Mary's or Gonzaga. I feel like a coin flip on that. So if you've got money to gamble, I would take the St. Mary's with the value.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it on Gonzaga though. They're gonna win this.
Okay.
Even though the odds aren't really there anymore, I'll take it at 135, whatever.
Well, and honestly though, 135 is not bad because they'll probably be favored by a lot more than that against who they're playing in the finals.
They will be in any game.
So then you can just take I'm saying you can just take the final if it's like plus 200 or higher. That's free money for you.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's above minus 135, you're good. So it's free money on the money line.
That's a good point.
But yes. So that's a good way to look at futures too. Remember that. So if you're betting on a favorite, then you can hedge against, an underdog. But if you're betting on like an underdog to begin with, that they're not going to have as much hedge value because if they're playing like a favorite team, obviously they're still going to be the underdog. So you can't really.
Yeah, and what's like the rule? It's like if you take a plus like 500 and then you just money line them the whole way and hope they just keep winning and make that run.
Oh, I don't know about that one. What's that? That's just some system somebody did?
Yeah, some system like if you have a good feeling about a team and they're going to make a run and you just money line play them the entire time. I don't know. I just read about it today, but I just thought it was interesting. If I see it again, I'll go.
Well, this gives me a good idea for a good future bet to make. Since there's only been one 16 seed that's ever won, we should do the 1 seed. See what that. I mean, it's probably a horrible value, but it'd be funny to see what the parlay is.
Well, either way, I'm gonna load up on futures this year because I didn't get any futures last year, and I mean it's fun to ride with teams anyway. So we'll have a podcast, like a team that we ride with the podcast too.
Okay, I like that.
But next up, we'll go to the next tournament. We got the Colonial Athletic Conference tournament.
Sounds racist.
we have Charleston at -120, Hofstra at +185, which is a New York team. I've actually been to that university. Towson at +600, UNCW at +1000, Drexel at +2500, and Delaware at +5000.
Bro, that conference must be like headquartered in New York because it's not even like on DraftKings on mine. That's crazy, right?
Well, then it looks like you can't bet on this one.
Yeah. So who's the favorite for this league?
Charleston. They went 16-2 conference, as did Hofstra. Damn, Hofstra's won 11 in a row.
I've watched some Charleston's game in my late night times, or maybe no, they're usually like the 6 p.m. games. That's why I bet on them when they're the only game on.
I think value-wise, I'm gonna have to go Hofstra here at +185. They've won 11 in a row. They're a good road team. Same conference record as Charleston. Give me Hofstra.
All right. Oh, yeah, you're saying Charleston. I don't know why I said Charlotte. I think I screwed it up. Yeah, Hofstra. Yep, that's out in Long Island. I've been there. So I'm just trying to look at the other teams since I couldn't look at my damn DraftKings. Athletic. Okay. Why is it? Okay. All right. I'm going to go. What's the odds for Stony Brook?
Stony Brook +50,000.
+50,000?
Yes, they're terrible. What do you mean?
Dude, when I Googled Colonial Athletic Association without typing in men's or women, it defaulted to women's.
To women's? Yeah, get off the women's page.
Why is
women's college basketball?
Yeah, why is Google sending me to, like, no offense?
I don't know, man. Get your notes ready, bro. This is a professional podcast.
All right. So you said you're going with
Hofstra.
So I'll take UNCW.
All right, at +1,000.
Dang. Okay. All right. Sorry. We'll move on to the next one. I got notes. I got my DraftKings screwed me up. That's why we like Caesars on this program.
Yeah. Anyway, next up we got the Southern Conference tournament. This is one that you're gonna like. Furman at +120 is the leader.
All right.
UNC Greensboro at +250, Samford at +400, and Chattanooga at +1,200. Rounds out the top 4, and Wofford, for shits and giggles, is +1,900.
And I like that the 2 military academies are +40,000. The Citadel and VMI.
Oh man, the Citadel is rough.
Yeah.
VMI is even worse. Jeez, I'm looking at the records right now. That's terrible.
Yeah, because they're like military academies, but not really. Those schools are crazy.
All right. So just looking at this, Furman 15-3 conference, Samford 15-3. Furman was first, Samford was second. Furman's at +120. Samford's third at +400. UNC Greensboro was third. They were 14-4 conference play. The best road record was Furman at 8-3, but Samford had more at 8-7. Same with Greensboro at 8-6. This one looks like it could go either way between those top 3: Furman, Greensboro, and Samford. What are you feeling since Furman is one of your main teams this year?
Yeah, I got to go with my mom's alma mater and roll with Furman.
All right. I think
plus 120. All right.
Man, I think value-wise, I'm gonna have to go with Samford at plus 400. Even though I'm sure Furman's gonna win this.
I don't know that they've lost some games when we picked them to win.
Right.
So, and these tournaments too is different because it's games every day and a high level.
Yeah, and games start tomorrow at like 10:30. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll get some morning action.
Good timing for me to be off. I like it. All right.
Lucky, I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. That's okay. I'll have some entertainment while I'm working.
Yeah. Yes. All right. What's the next conference?
All right. Next up, we got the Summit League Conference. Oral Roberts at minus 190 is the favorite. South Dakota State at plus 400. St. Thomas MN at plus 800. North Dakota State at plus 800. And Western Illinois plus 4,000. Lines out the top five. So just looking at the standings, Oral Roberts was 18-0 conference play, which is why they're the favorite. They should pretty handily win this. Not going to go into depth. Not going to bet on any of the Dakotas. St. Thomas can suck my wee-wee. I've lost money on them this year.
Yeah.
So I'll just take Oral Roberts at minus 190, even though that's not really winning a lot of money.
This didn't show up on DraftKings either. I don't know why DraftKings New York sucks. Let's see. Summit League.
Caesars, man.
I should go on Caesars right now. Honestly, I don't know if they're that good for the future stuff, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm be honest, guys. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I cannot. Man, I'm gonna be fired as the tech guy over here. Okay. There are way too many conferences, by the way. Okay, so you
don't do these in 2 seconds, man. You have no excuse.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Bison or the Herd or whatever in North Dakota State.
Yikes!
North Dakota State Bison, yeah.
They're 5-10 on the road, so good luck with that.
Okay. Well, what are they at? What's the numbers for these?
Which one did you take? South Dakota.
North Dakota State. Get it
North
right.
Dakota is plus 800.
Okay, what was yours?
Oral Roberts at minus 190.
Okay.
All right, next up, we have the America East Conference Tournament. We have Vermont at minus 160. I'm just going to go off and say right away Vermont's going to win this tournament because they are easily the best team in this conference. But if you want to keep going, UMass Lowell second at plus 150, Bryant plus 1,300, UMBC plus 2,800, New Hampshire plus 6,000. Conference-wise, Vermont 14-2, UMass Lowell 11-5, New Hampshire 9-7, Bryant 8-8. UMass Lowell actually had the overall better record. Vermont's won 12 in a row. Lowell's won 4 in a row. Lowell was undefeated at home. Vermont was 10-1 at home. So it looks like it's going to be between Vermont and UMass Lowell.
And what are the numbers on them?
Vermont is minus 160 and UMass Lowell is plus 150.
Okay, I'm going to go with UMass Lowell, which I probably how you say it.
Then I will take Vermont at minus 160. So we will meet in the championship round, probably.
Nice. I like it.
All right, next up, we have a couple more. Big Sky Conference Tournament. Montana State at plus 140 is the favorite. Eastern Washington plus 265. Montana plus 475. Weber State plus 900. And Idaho State plus 1,300.
I'm just going to take a stab with Montana.
At plus 475?
Yeah.
All right, just looking at the conference, 16-2 for Eastern Washington. They're actually number 1, and they're the second favorite. Montana State, 15-3. I'll take a stab on Eastern Washington at plus 265.
Yeah, I think the fact that there's Montana State and Montana are both pretty good, I think that probably like poisons my mind and makes me think that they're better teams than they are. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, obviously we're not very familiar with these teams other than our random bets we play in these games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to cap these. Take these with a grain of salt. We're just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
But finally, this is the last one that I have odds for on DraftKings. We'll get more into the other ones when we get odds later in the week. But well, it's kind of later in the week. We'll probably start getting odds for the other one probably this weekend, probably Sunday. But the last one is the Northeast Conference. Sorry, what was that?
Well, let's take a commercial break real quick.
Okay.
All right. If you were advertising on our podcast, this is what your ad would sound like. Are you tired of losing? Are you tired of not being able to pay your rent? Are you tired of putting your gifts on layaway for your son that you've neglected due to your crippling gambling addiction? Well, good news. The Losing Streak podcast from Bankroll Bill and Austin is here to make you feel better about your failures and to commiserate with us as we also have our lives implode. Check it out now on your favorite podcast platform of choice, or don't, and save your money. And we're back. What are we talking about?
All right. Welcome back from the commercial break. We're off to our final tournament that we have odds for until later this week. We have the Northeast Conference. So Merrimack is the favorite at -115. Fairleigh Dickinson at +205. St. Francis, PA at +700. And Sacred Heart at +1200 are the only odds listed. So I think that's because a team played today. So those odds will probably get updated tomorrow. But just looking at this conference, it looks like a crapshoot. 12-4, 10-6, 10-6 goes to conference standings. All of these teams, only one of them had a record above 500 overall. You probably want to stay away from this tournament. But I'm just going to go ahead and take a stab at Fairleigh Dickinson at +205.
I'm also going to go Fairleigh Dickinson 205.
All right.
But should I, if it's the same contest? No, but don't.
Yes,
I
take Fairleigh Dickinson. We're going to ride with Fairleigh Dickinson.
Okay, because the guy that was my mechanic for my Mercedes back in Colorado, his son had played basketball at Fairleigh Dickinson, but it was before I moved here, so I didn't get to see him. I'll figure out his name, and then we'll talk about it in the next podcast. I'll do some research.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Watch, he's like some famous NBA guy now. And, right. So is that it for the conferences, huh? For DraftKings?
Yeah, that'll do it for the odds that we have for those tournaments. Okay. But we can get into tomorrow's slate if you'd like.
Yeah, and before we do, we can talk about how we're going to relaunch our play of the days. So we're getting rid of the gold star bet thing. I like POD, especially because when people like search on Twitter and stuff like that, it's more likely to show up. Like no one says gold star bets. I don't know where that came from. That's some stupid thing I came up with.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly. So we'll change that, and I think it'll get a little more views on our Twitter page.
And we'll have a publicly available spreadsheet with every play, and we'll post like the time and the exact odds and the book that we get it from. So you have, documentation so you can see. And then, and maybe you can see patterns and stuff too. If like, odds go certain ways from certain books, and then maybe, you check that book for next, the first time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, that's fun. I'm excited about that. We'll once I win 5 in a row, then I'll be Bankroll Bill again. Okay.
All right, that's a little challenge to yourself.
Yeah. So what games we like tomorrow?
So right off the bat at 11:30 a.m. South Alabama basketball, baby, against Appalachian State. Some Sun Belt Conference. We were just talking about it. Like I said earlier, South Alabama #1 metrically when it comes to momentum coming into conference tournaments. It opened at not plus, but they opened at -3.5, and it was at -3, but now it's at -4. So that makes me think some smart money is going to come in on South Alabama. It wouldn't surprise me if I wake up in the morning and South Alabama's at -5. But
yeah, well,
just looking at it. Sorry,
I'm definitely gonna roll with our boys at South Alabama, especially I need them to win the tourney.
Exactly.
So this could be a good game if because the money line will probably be a little pricey. But you could, -175. So you could bet like, half a unit or whatever on the money line and then 1 unit on the spread. And that way, you still keep some of your money if they don't cover but win.
Exactly. And yeah, I haven't really watched a lot of Appalachian State this year. I've won some money on South Alabama. But yeah, I really feel like South Alabama has it going, and the early line movement makes me feel like other people agree. So I'm watching South Alabama early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm looking at like they're against the spread. South Alabama 8-2 against the spread in their last 10. You know, they're 9-4 at home against the spread. They're 10-6 as a favorite. They're 18-11 overall, and then Appalachian State's just pretty much like 50-50 on everything. So South Alabama definitely outperforms expectations, which is good for betting it now. So that way you can get it before they make the tournament, and then you got to start paying hefty prices for them as the favorite Cinderella that we know they will be.
Right, and just looking at the Ken Palm, I know I haven't mentioned Ken Palm in a while, but South Alabama's 105. Looking for Appalachian State. App State, where you at? They're 173, so a pretty big difference there in the Ken Palm rankings.
Yeah, and if you got some other favorites in some other games, it could be like, a leg and a parlay, or you could do a teaser or something like that. Yeah, but I definitely, that's a good game. I like that. Marking it down. And it's good because it's the only one on when it's on, right?
Yeah,
those are my favorite kind of games. Yeah. Well, 12:30 p.m. Eastern for us in the center of the universe,
Right.
Are you going to bet on the Army game?
I wasn't really looking at it now.
Okay, good. We don't. Well, actually, we'll be in New Jersey tomorrow, so I guess I could bet on Army if I wanted to. But we'll make it my. I'll look into it. I'll see if there's any good bets I like on that. Maybe I'll make that my play of the day tomorrow. We'll see.
All right, stay tuned on Twitter for that. But but yeah, looking at my next one again, we're looking at the Sun Belt tournament. Old Dominion -3.5. They're playing Texas State. Who the hell goes to Texas State? I don't know anybody that goes to Texas State. But Old Dominion is 5th conference. They're 11-7. They were 6-5 on the road, so above 500. 12-4 at home. They've won 3 in a row coming into the conference tournament with a big one at home against who was it the other day? I don't remember. They were underdogs. Do you remember who it was?
That beat them or lost to them? Or
no, they won. I don't remember, but I'll just keep going. Texas State is 6-12 conference. They're at the bottom. 14-18 overall. They were actually better on the road. 7-7 on the road. 4-10 at home. But still, you're looking at the better team, Old Dominion. Maybe even parlay Old Dominion and South Alabama.
Oh yeah, I think Old Dominion. I think it was that Old Dominion Marshall game. I think we made some money on.
Okay, yeah. See, I knew I wasn't. I know I was remembering correctly.
Yeah, and they play Southern Miss too. They play a lot of these teams that we know very well in this conference.
Yeah, we know this conference a little bit. So, yeah, I'm looking at those two favorites. Not really big fans of those underdogs there. So yeah, I'll probably parlay those two. Hope South Alabama takes care of business, and then clutch onto my pearls for the Old Dominion game.
Right. Speaking of that, Texas they lost by 2 points to TCU. So those people
they didn't cover the 2.5. Wow.
Well, they covered 2.5. Oh yeah, you're right. TCU didn't cover 2.5, but Crab's fake ass -1.5.
Yeah, I never saw a 1.5.
It opened
the night before. It was at -2. I swear.
It literally said no. I looked at all the websites. It said open at -2 and then moved -3. That was the only movement. It did not go the other way.
Let me check today. TCU. Wow, I looked and TCU was up by 6 with like a minute left. I can't believe they got that close.
They must. I thought they won by 6, but they must have counted some. I don't know how they scored at the end. They must. I don't know what the hell happened. Well, speaking of that,
on Bleacher Report, it's saying TCU was -3.5.
Yeah, it kept moving up. I was telling you throughout the day when I saw it.
Yeah, I never saw a -1.5. So. Because he doesn't tell us what book he got it from either. So I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about bad beats for someone tonight. So that Providence Xavier game, I was live betting it, and I got Xavier plus 5.5. And for some reason, at the end of the game, there was like 15. Like they were down by 8. They tried to make a 3. Providence said they missed it. So then Xavier was just dribbling out the ball, and the guy just like stopped dribbling, and they called traveling on him. And they gave the ball to Providence, and Providence just like nailed a 3-pointer out of nowhere, and then they covered the plus 5.5 if you had it on the live bet.
So, but it ended up going your way.
Yeah, it hit exactly that's exactly what I needed. It was I had plus 5.5, and they lost by 5 because of just nonsense 3-pointer that should never have happened.
Love when that happens.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Any other games you like tomorrow?
Of course, man. We're gonna keep riding on with it. Lehigh taking on Lafayette. Lehigh's beaten them twice already this year, and I know there's a myth that it's like it's impossible to beat a team, 3 times in 1 year, but Lafayette's just not good. So Lehigh's 11-7 in the Patriot League. Lafayette's 7-11. They were 9-22 overall. Lehigh's 16-13. It's a small -3 spread, so you're hoping a bucket and then some late fouls.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, they beat them twice this year. Lafayette's lost 4 in a row. It's the quarterfinal in the Patriot League. Give me Lehigh to advance.
Yeah, for some reason, that wasn't showing up on Sportsline at all. I'm looking at that. Yeah, Lehigh seems like a pretty safe bet here. I would do Lehigh and then parlay that with our other one, South Alabama.
Yeah, maybe we'll give out a mega parlay, and maybe that's how we'll get a little bit of momentum going on our podcast way if we hit some big parlays or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, moving on from that, let's see. Going down the schedule, there's actually a lot of games tomorrow that are supposed to be like close. Just looking at the spreads.
I love those games.
Well, if you love those, then tomorrow is going to be your day. This is a game that you should like. So Wright State taking on Milwaukee in the quarterfinal of the Horizon League. Wright State's favored. They've beaten Milwaukee twice this year. So, again, if you feel like that myth doesn't really apply, then you want to take Wright State as their favorite. But Wright State was 17-14 overall. Milwaukee was 20-10. Let me check on their conference standings. Which one were they again? The Horizon.
Wait, is this like a myth or is it like an actual stat that they don't win 3 times in the season?
It's a myth. It's like it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year,
Okay.
So, yeah, Milwaukee was second in conference at 14-6. Wright State was 10-10 conference play. And they are favored. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's because they beat them twice this year, but, man, that's tough. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know about this one, man. I'm not liking either side on this. I don't know, man. Looking at the stats though, is the offense for Wright State is ranked like really high. Like everything's like in green on the Action Network.
Yeah, but defensively for Milwaukee, they're way better. Blocks per game, they're 4th in the country. Rebounds per game, 23rd.
What are you talking about? Milwaukee versus?
Yeah.
No,
Milwaukee's
here
defense.
Here it says Wright State's defense is better.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm looking at these statistics, and that's not what they're saying. Sportsline is full of liars, dude.
No, this is on Action Network, man.
Action's full of liars.
Why would they lie to me about that?
I don't know, dude. But yeah, that's a tough game that I'm gonna keep my eye on. That should be a fun game, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So I will mark that one down as a possible hedger. Wait, how were they? That was their last game. I was like, damn, they're 20-point favorites before. But they were showing me when they were playing Green Bay. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue.
Man, I kind of want to take ASU plus 13 on the road against UCLA, but it's probably senior night for them, so I don't know. ASU's coming off that buzzer beater half court against Arizona. I'm going to skip that one for now.
UNLV, I forgot to bet against them, man. You know they're going to lose. Jesus. They're so bad.
Yeah, well, it's probably their senior night. It's hard to bet against people on their senior night, man. Their crowd is packed, and the seniors want to win.
Yeah, but UNLV just like always loses, man. I don't get it.
That's true. They are pretty bad, and they're already down 9.
Yeah, I wish I could have got Utah State like minus.
It was
5
minus
or whatever
2.
it was.
It was minus 2 at the tip. Yeah, I was looking at it, but I just figured, the home team they would.
Should I take minus 7.5?
No.
No.
No. Wait. I'm sure UNLV will go on a little bit of a run.
I'm so tempted, man. All right, I'll wait.
But yeah, I'll keep going tomorrow's slate.
Right.
Purdue's taking on Wisconsin in Madison.
What's the line on that?
-4 for Purdue.
I definitely like Wisconsin in this spot. I mean, I know I'm a homer, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Purdue's been really underperforming lately, and yeah, and Wisconsin, like, yeah, they lost that game to Michigan, but you saw that it was like bullshit. Like they destroyed Iowa. I mean, I lost money with that because I thought it was going to be a close game against Iowa, but yeah, I feel like they're definitely. Everyone was saying in the last game, that they're definitely in the tournament, but I don't think so. How can you be definitely in if you're one of the last 4 in? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I feel like Wisconsin really needs to win. And Purdue's definitely been like on a down slump. I think they'll get it fixed by the tournament. Like I think they'll kind of regroup, but maybe this would be good for Purdue to lose, or not do as well. Like win like a comeback game.
Yeah, I will say if Wisconsin wins this game, they're probably in the tournament for sure. But
oh yeah.
But yeah, +4. I mean, 2-possession game. Yeah, I mean, on the road it's probably senior night for them. Yeah, we'll see. +4 for Wisconsin. We'll see.
Let me see. Let's see what Old Wise Sportsline and Action Network say. What time is that game at?
7.
I feel like some of these games are like not updating yet. Yeah, it's not showing up on here. That's annoying.
See, what's crazy is all the UC teams play tomorrow. So, like UC Santa Barbara, UC Davis.
Oh, like midnight games?
Well, no, that's at 7 too. But my point is it's a 1-point spread. You look at UC Irvine, UC Riverside, 1.5-point spread. Washington State, Washington, 1-point spread. Arizona was -1. They're at -2.5 now. Wish I would have taken them.
Yeah, so it looks like the big money is early on Wisconsin, but the line still moved from -4 to -4.5. So it could be that more money was put on Wisconsin at first, and then that moved the line, and then less money. I don't know, but because sometimes there's like reverse line action. You know what I mean? Depending on the timing of when they buy it.
Yeah, who knows, honestly.
But so we'll keep a look at that game. That seems like a Wisconsin thing. I mean, even this pro article on Action Network, they're saying why you should back the Badgers because they really need to win. So were you coming in trying to take Purdue?
No.
Okay. You sound shocked when I said I like the Badgers.
No, but I kind of want action on these UC games, man. Any game that has a close spread, it's hard not to want action on them. But I just don't know a lot about these teams, so hopefully I'll get some information tomorrow. But Arizona taking on USC, they just lost a heartbreak against ASU. Like I said, ASU hit a half-court buzzer beater. It says the line opened at -2. It's at -2.5 now. It'll probably keep going up. I'll probably take the Arizona -2.5 because Arizona and USC are tied in the conference, so the winner will get the 2nd seed. So I'll probably take Arizona to close things out in the Pac-12 for the 2nd seed.
Are they not going to lose last second?
No,
Buzzer beater?
not this time. They'll. I have a feeling they're going to destroy USC.
What's the line on that game?
2.5.
Yeah, that should be a fun game to hedge. So
I'm sure USC will put up a fight, and I'm sure it'll go back and forth. But just a veteran team in Arizona, I just feel like they'll win.
All right.
And after that, I'm looking at the Washington State-Washington game. This is mainly just like a field play for me. Washington State's 15-15. They want to win this game, so they have an above 500 record. And also, they're one of the more low-key, like, better 500 teams in all of the country. They've beat Arizona. They've beaten pretty much all the Pac-12 Goliaths. So they've beaten Washington already this year. They've won 5 in a row. They're making their tourney push. If they can win this game and then maybe make a run in the Pac-12 tourney, who knows? Maybe they can sneak in somehow. I doubt it, but, you never know with these teams. So I'm looking at Washington State +1 on the road.
Oh, so it's at Washington.
Yeah, but it's probably right down the road.
Yeah, and Washington. Yeah, Washington. I feel like it's kind of. You can't really say they're overrated because they're not even rated that great. But they're just, yeah, that seems like a good spot for Washington State.
And finally, this one kind of made no sense to me. This is like the stinkiest line of the entire slate. So, Pepperdine taking on Pacific. This is the first round of the which tournament is this?
I have no idea what Pepperdine is in.
Pacific basketball. Let me look. They're the West Coast. Okay.
WCC. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they're in with Gonzaga and all them. Okay. So yeah, Pacific is 7-9. Pepperdine is last 2-14, and yet they're favored. They're favorites. That makes no sense to me. That made no sense.
And
then on top of that, Pacific beat them twice this year already.
All right, we're gonna make some. I'm gonna have to reach out to my my director in my dental program because he went to either Pepperdine or Pacific, like one of those schools out there. So I'm gonna have to get some inside knowledge, and we'll give an update as we win money.
It makes no sense to me, man. So yeah, conference wise, Pacific is 7-19, 14-17 overall. Pepperdine's 2-14, 9-21. They're 0-12 on the road, so they haven't won on the road this year. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 0-2 against Pacific. I just don't understand what.
This would only make sense. This would only make sense if it was like the last game of the season for like the regular season, and it doesn't matter for the rankings. Like, this is a tournament game. Like, how can that team beat this team? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might be diving right into the stink, but I don't care, man. I'm taking Pacific +2 to win their third time against the worst team in the conference.
0-12 away, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
there's some bad away teams. Yeah, and then on covers, it's 1-1 for people with Pacific money leaders and Pepperdine money leaders. So they split who they're taking. I don't understand.
Does the person say why Pepperdine?
No. On covers, it's kind of just ranked by who does the best on the scores. It's not like people that write articles or whatever.
Okay.
I'd have to look on Action Network. I can see here.
Yeah.
That
what's
line
funny is it opened at
1.5.
Yeah, and it opened at 1.5, and now it's at 2. So people are betting on Pepperdine. So I don't know.
I mean, I guess you could say that they just have nothing to lose because they've been awful all year. So maybe but
yeah,
both teams want to win. That doesn't make any sense,
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's
I'm taking
myth,
Pacific though. I don't give a shit.
Hey, we got to keep track of how many of these. Let's keep track.
Yeah, should we just take the teams that are 2-0 against them and see how they track?
Yeah, after this podcast, let's find it out, and then that'll be our locks of the day tomorrow.
Okay.
and then if we're right, no, not locks of the day, but we can do it as like an investigation.
So it was Lehigh.
Write it down.
Look, hold on. Lehigh was 2-0, and then
the specific thing, right?
Wright State against Milwaukee was 2-0. Youngstown State against Detroit was 2-0. They're 7.5 point favorites. I think that last one was Pepperdine and Pacific.
Okay, yeah. I got at least one team listed from each one so I can track it. Yeah, so we'll see if the myth is true or not. And then we'll see. I'll compare it against the spread, and I'll compare it because I assume the team. Oh wait, no, one of them, the people that lost are favored. So yeah, I'll definitely do against the spread and then overall to see if the myth is true or not. We can do Mythbusters right here. This will make us famous. I'm just kidding, but yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I'm looking at today's games to see if there's
any of those.
If there were any 2-0,
Man, the Knicks did not lie to me last night, man. They stomped the Nets tonight, man. It was like 148 to 112.
They were going to? Yeah, they whooped them.
Harvestine, however you say his name. He I was like, who you guys play tomorrow? He's like, oh, Nets. I'm like, is it in Brooklyn or New York? He's like, it's at home. And he's like, we're gonna whoop their ass. I was like, okay, I believe. I asked him too about parlays. I asked, do people ever get mad about the stats and stuff? He's like, yeah, people said some stuff, and I'm like, but the thing I said, they exactly agreed with. It's like, dude, who cares about your $5 parlay? I'm like $1 million athlete. This is a business. We're trying to win games.
Right.
Like, literally, we don't care about whether we get the assist or whatever. The stat heads.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was just funny for him to say, yeah, but he's like, yeah, we don't mess with gamblers too much, I was like, okay.
Yeah, point I feel like it's scary.
I didn't reveal to any of them I had a podcast yet because I felt it was hard enough to ask about shoe size,
Right.
But they were cool. Yeah, I'm watching the highlights right now. Jalen Brunson was kicking ass, man. He can pass, he can shoot. He's a beast, bro. Yeah,
he's a good signing. Do you have any hockey or NBA plays for tomorrow? There's a lot of. There's 3 hockey games tomorrow with pretty even odds. I love picking winners on those games.
Ooh, Golden Knights tied it up tonight, huh? Okay.
Oh really? I was gonna bet on them. I love betting on them when they're. Oh, they're up 2-1 right now.
Oh, they just scored. They must have just scored. Yeah, it still says 1-1.
Damn, I was gonna take them as underdogs too. I knew they needed to.
Damn,
win.
I literally was like a second.
Said it on it. Yeah.
I saw the 1-1, and then
whatever.
I hate when that happens.
They lost 2 in a row. I knew they needed to bounce back, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see the games tomorrow.
Kraken Red Wings -110. Kraken has the better record.
Basketball. Why are the Clippers only 2.5 at Golden State, man? I think Golden State been playing like shit lately. Or am I?
Yeah, but that team is so. It's so hard. That's why I hate betting on the NBA, man. These teams are so Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh yeah. Also, you have to look at injury reports and stuff. So don't take my pick at all. Like I'm just looking at it just on recent trends. Because even if you bet it at like 9 p.m., it could be different by 10. That shit changes.
Yeah,
I hate that shit, man.
But we're gonna
start with that.
Yeah, we're gonna start our play of the days tomorrow. The inception of those. We're each gonna have our own on our Twitter page. No excuses this time.
Yep, and we'll have I'll repost the link to the Excel spreadsheet, and so it'll me and Austin will be able to edit it, but it'll be shared publicly so anybody can view it. And you can double check us to make sure we're not lying like someone trying to claim they had TCU -1.5 tonight. -110, get out of here, criminal.
He said -110.
Yeah, he said -110 on there. He said -1.5, -110.
Oh, yeah, I never saw that, but
there's no way. No way. Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. We had a pretty good day.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're going to the last word now. That's okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we have anything else to really talk about. We'll give our full cards tomorrow on Twitter.
Yes, we will. And my last word is South Park. They had 2 new episodes, man. They're so funny. It's such good commentary on modern stuff going on. I loved it. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you're a fan of South Park or not, you should check out the new season. 2 episodes so far. It's great. All right, and for me, I have a couple of things. So we're Creed 3 this weekend. I'm gonna go see that. Pretty excited. I saw both the first and the second one. It's been a while though. I'll probably rewatch them before I go see the third one. But
if I have time, of course, but we'll see. And then I'm trying to start like a what's up?
I was gonna say, you know, I like Rocky, but
Yeah.
how many of the Creed movies do you think I've seen?
I hope at least the first one.
No, man, I it's not that I've been avoiding them. It's on my list. I've been meaning to watch them. Michael B. Jordan's great. You know, I got to give Sylvester Stallone money, you know, because he got ripped off or whatever by the other guy. So yeah, I'm definitely. I literally got alerted to it today when I was watching South Park on HBO, and it had, you know, Creed 1 and 2 on HBO Max. So I'm gonna watch them this weekend, and then maybe we can talk about it in a different podcast that we could be launching soon.
Yeah, we're talking about launching a movie review podcast, and if anybody out there knows, they started the Mandalorian back up, so we're thinking about starting like a little Star Wars Mandalorian podcast, just reviewing the episodes on there. You know, just because we're bored, we wanna talk about stuff. So, and we just wanna, you know, just get our voices out there and just have some fun with it. You know, so
Yeah,
stay tuned for that.
We want to reward our loyal fan base, so, you know, they get more content from us, and they get to know us before we become huge and famous, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But another thing is I'm starting my home bar. I haven't really experimented with a lot of like alcohol and all that, but I just bought like a little kit, and then I'm gonna go to Costco this weekend and get some ingredients and gonna experiment with some cocktails. So if anybody has any recommendations or any you know, any recipes I should try, let me know, and I'll let you know what I think.
I previously would have recommended rum chata, but after they have moved to new management, you know, we can.
Well, get some backstory on that.
That used to be my family's alcohol. It was invented by Tom Moss, my genius uncle. He used to work for Jim Beam back in the day. I was like an advertising guy. Mm-hmm. I have a funny story about him too, which I got to tell to Marcus Camby at the Knicks thing. So my uncle went to Michael Jordan's birthday party one year because he worked for advertising for the Chicago Bulls. He lives out in Chicago. And he got a picture of Michael Jordan on his birthday and this signature or whatever. And he gave it to me. He's like, look, you know, Michael Jordan signed this cool autograph picture of me and Uncle, you know, your Uncle Tom. Yeah. I find out like 10 years later when like the internet, you can compare signatures. He faked that signature, bro. He didn't even pay for the signature for that. And he lied to me.
That's hilarious.
Over years. Yeah. But he knows it was funny when I found out. We all thought it was hilarious. It was funny because honestly, if you tried to sell it, it's not worth anything. If it's
he probably forgot about it honestly and was like, "Oh yeah, I did forge that."
Yeah, but I thought to Marcus Camby when I met him at the one Knicks thing, dude. He thought that was hilarious, bro. he's like, man, I've heard of some devious, you know, plays by uncle or dad or whatever, but that was he said that took the cake, and then lied about it to me too when I tried to call him out before, but then I had to find proof.
Right? Yeah. That's a good one.
I love you, Uncle Tom. If you're listening to this, we should go to Vegas. Good dude. All right.
I think that's it from my last word.
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us today. You can check me out at Twitter at bankroll_Bill, and Austin can be found at
Austin Sportsbook.
Our email for the podcast is thelosingstreakpodcast@gmail.com, and our voicemail line is 646-494-7185. I'm still posting on YouTube. I gotta remix our music a little bit because we got some copyright warnings, so I can't make a singular cent off each episode yet. But maybe soon I'll modify the music. Or if anybody makes music, you could send me some. I don't know if we have any music fans, so maybe we'll get lucky. So we'll listen to calls live. We'll play your music live if you send us music or suggestions. I'm gonna set a deadline for me this weekend, Austin. I'm gonna get a board app, okay? So that way our next episode
soundboard.
Yeah, we'll be able to play some clips, even if it's because as long as it's not like a long music clip. That's what like triggers the YouTube auto copyright thing.
Right.
But yeah, we'll use legal use, and we'll go a little bit more conservative than what the law allows. That way, we're definitely in the clear legally. Right. I don't want to get sued by big copyright or whatever. I don't know who it would be.
Big Brother.
All right. Yeah, Big Brother. All right, yeah, we'll listen to your calls live, whatever. We love interaction, so send us an email, talk shit to us on Twitter, say what up, leave a 5-star review, and anything else you want to add, Austin?
No, just keep listening to us. Like I said, we're keeping on the grind. This is our 3rd episode this week, I think. So is it
pretty good.
second or third? So we're trying to keep up with the schedule. We'll probably have another one by I don't know, maybe Friday or Saturday. We'll see. Definitely one this weekend for the rest of the conference tournaments. But yeah, just keep listening to us. Give us those 5-star reviews. Share us with your friends and family. Just keep supporting us, and we'll appreciate it.
Yeah, if we can get a show out by Friday, I'll make some soccer picks for Saturday morning. And for you true degenerates that have to gamble all day long.
Oh yeah,
24 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
But all right. Well, see you later.